Alright, so this episode 1 of this series came out, and I really had to talk about it after watching it, because I don't really watch too many of the new seasonal anime, but this one caught my eye because it is very reminiscent of Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica. If you don't know about this series, it's the most darkest magical girl show I've ever freaking seen, and it's very twisted and dark. And this series, coming into it, I was like, okay, what do I expect? And I'm not gonna lie, it was an absolute mindfuck of a first episode. For a first episode, this shit caught my eye, because it is very reminiscent again of Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica. So in a nutshell, this girl Taiyou, she's a fortune teller, and she uses cards to read fortunes and whatnot. And all of a sudden one day shit just goes crazy. There's just such a dark undertone to the series that it's unbelievable. Like literally the girl, to put it into perspective, the girl is sleeping and all of a sudden some monster starts attacking her. And after she kills the monster, she sees her friend is there dead on the floor. It is absolutely freaking crazy. You have death in the first episode, and it's just freaking nuts. Like, the girl is basically adopted because her mother, which pretty much was, I guess, like, sort of similar to her as far as into the fortune stuff and whatnot. Her name is Hinata, by the way. So if you like a Hinata, there you go. And she had to move in with her friend's parents and whatnot. They adopted her. And you could see that her friend was jealous. So it could possibly be that self-consciously she caught her jealousy within her friend and, subconsciously while she was sleeping, did that to her friend or whatever, or the consequences of fighting the monster is what did it to her friend. And overall, it's just like, this episode was madness. Like, they have like these special effects, and it kind of reminds me of like some scary movies where like the middle of the screen keeps on twisting, and like, it's just so good. I just really had to recommend this to you guys. The animation style is very similar to Madoka Magica as well. I believe it's under Aniplex, and Aniplex are the same guy that did Madoka, so that's probably why. I'm not too big a fan of the character designs, because it's kind of just like, it looks very playful, but at the same time it gives you that misleading thing. Like, the art style looks very like, kind of like for a childish look, but then the content itself is absolutely dark. Animation, beautiful. The music was alright, but the opening was freaking awesome. Like, the visuals for the opening had very freaking fluid animation. If I could say right now one of the weak points is that mainly it started off with kind of like just a normal thing, and right now the plot isn't actually solid. I read a little synopsis of what it's basically about, and it's kind of like these people just being thrusted into this, like, tournament of, like, killing each other or something along the lines of that. So, right now, the plot doesn't seem too complex or anything, like, kind of like Madoka or whatever. Madoka had a very complex plot. This one kind of seems basic at the moment, but overall, the twists and turns so far for a first episode, this series is looking very promising, and I definitely want to recommend, if you want to start off with seasonal anime and watch the weekly, this is one you might want to look into. It's called Daybreak Illusion. It also has a couple different Japanese names. There's like a couple different synonyms to it, but Daybreak Illusion is the English translation, and it is just looking off the chain. The characters, so far, it seems as though there's a couple different magical girls, and a lot of them, they kind of, again, like, to be honest with you, if you like Madoka Magica, you will like this, because there are a lot of similarities to it. The characters are very similar. Some of the magical girls kind of give off that same vibe as some of the magical girls from Madoka, and all around it just looks like a freaking crazy hype show. And it even has a little bit of, like, foreshadowing in the beginning. The girl Taiyou, the main character, runs into this one chick, and she doesn't really necessarily know anything, but you have a strange encounter there, and then later on that was foreshadowing to what's to come in the later of the episode. And this is just episode 1. Madoka Magica took 3 episodes to get off the ground. This one took 1. So if that's any indication of where the series might be heading, it could turn to greatness. But remember, it also could go to shit. We've seen anime time and time again start off amazing and go downhill. So we'll have to keep an eye out on this one. Definitely we'll give you guys a complete series review when the series is over. But overall, right now, out of the season, I recommend this one, because I've seen a couple other different ones. Didn't really like them. I've seen Free, a swimming show. It was absolutely horrible. One of the worst first episodes I've ever seen. It's mainly eye candy for females, and that's it. But this right here, this is a hidden gem I want you guys to check out. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you're going to check this one out, because I promise you, at least episode 1, from what I saw, was some pretty awesome stuff with some promising content to come, and a lot of dark undertones to it, and a lot of just darkness overall for a freaking magical girls show. So can't wait to see where this is headed. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.